But here this morning, this may or may not be real. I don't know if it's real or if it's AI, but I think it's real enough to show here on the show because this is apparently his statement he gave right outside the courthouse this morning before he's going to have to cough up about $300 million. Let's listen.
I never cared for Melania's mama. I only wanted to use her as an excuse for my case, but may she have a piece of pie in the sky. I was dancing. Some people say I'm the best dancer in campaigning in Iowa, and I didn't respond to the judge on time. He granted me an additional 3 days, and we still didn't respond to him on time. Everyone knows I'm guilty, but I'm just going to use this opportunity to raise money from my cult. That's right. I have a cult the likes no one has ever seen. It's the greatest and dumbest cult in the world. My club, Rocha Largo, is worth billions with a B. Some people are saying it's worth trillions because of me. Just vote for Joe Biden.
I think that's official statement. I think that's the official statement.
Is that his new rap album?
I think so. I'm not really sure, but it sounds right. It sounds like Trump. Sounds like Trump to me. It sounds like Trump to me. So I don't know.
Sure.
Apparently, the news is out of the courtroom. Speaking of the courtroom, is Chris Keiss, his attorney, who is the only attorney who will represent him throughout this entire process because he actually paid him in advance. All the other attorneys, he doesn't, like we know with Rudy Giuliani.
Well, he never ends up paying anybody. If you ever deliver a service or anything to Donald Trump before receiving payment, wow, you are
money talks. Bull runs the marathon. So, see ya. And I wouldn't want to be here.
Well, apparently his attorney, Chris Keiss, has asked for permission to speak. The judge says, quote, "Do you promise to just comment on the facts and the law?" Oh, man. Number one, promise? Ooh, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Promise? You think Donald Trump?
Does this guy have a law? What level have we gotten to now? Does this guy have a law degree?
Well,
Does he
Chris
have a bachelor's degree?
Now, Chris Keiss, I'll admit, I've done a little bit of looking on lawyers, Trump's lawyers, and I've discovered in this process that in this country, it actually is not that hard to become a lawyer, and it's not that impressive that you have your law degree. It is better if you are a good lawyer. But Chris Keiss is actually a good lawyer. He's actually a good lawyer. And I will say that Chris Keiss is the one indication that he is actually one of Donald Trump's better attorneys is because he got his money in advance. But I actually believe that Chris Keiss has to make this request because Donald Trump wants to speak because he never shuts up.
These guys have to do whatever Trump yells at them to do. I mean, they have to make whatever request he demands that they make, no matter how stupid it is. Or he'll just fire them.
Well, I have a microphone and you don't.
So you will listen to every damn word I have to say.
So here's the thing. And I'm reading transcripts here. I don't have audio of this yet. Literally, the judge asked the question, "Do you promise to just comment on the facts and the law?" Trump starts talking immediately without agreeing to what the judge says. And Trump, I guess this is the quote. This was oh my God, what a idiot. Like, this is a guy that's going to decide how rich he can seem, right? Because Trump is not as rich as he portrays to be. But this is how this guy is going to decide. This is the guy that's going to, he's going to say this to the guy that is going to decide how rich he's going to be able to seem. Quote, "This was a political witch hunt. This was a political witch hunt. We should receive damages for what they have taken our company through. They have no documents. They have nothing." Quote, "This is the only thing they have." Trump concedes in a triplex, which was a mistake. He goes on to say, "I am not sure the dollar amount would have been that far off. If you want to know, I am an innocent man. I have been politically persecuted. This statute is vicious." He goes on to talk, of course, because here's the thing about Donald Trump is Donald Trump has the right to remain silent. He does not have the ability. He just doesn't.
No, he can't.
Doesn't.
The beauty of his big mouth is so many of these cases he's made so much worse.
Well,
because of the fact that he can't shut up.
And he thinks he's so much smarter than everyone else, and he's not. He goes on to say, I think this is going to be the explanation on the 350 million or the 300 million, whatever it is, 300 million that the judge is going to order him to pay. Now to go to appeals and all that, but they'll have him in receivership. But here's the point. He says, quote, this is what Trump says. What has happened here is a fraud on me. The amount of taxes I have paid over this period is close to 300 million. They don't want me here anymore. I have a problem. They want to make sure I don't run again. So literally the judge asked him, do you promise to just comment on the facts and the law? And Trump goes on to not say any facts or anything about the law.
What I don't get is they haven't learned, by now that of course he won't. He doesn't understand facts, and law is way beyond him.